one particular aspect that goes into the struggling agent and typically what they, will lead them to struggling in the industry. We're going to talk about work ethic. This is a topic that gets touched on a lot. We talk about it on morning calls. We talk about it in our training that we have in the university. For you, when you first started in the business to find success, what was your mentality and your approach to making sure that you had your work ethic on point?
Yeah, and that is probably the biggest struggle, I think, for most agents is, is activity. We call it, whether it's, all sorts of things, but, it's getting beat up every single day, right? Whether you're out there, whether you're door knocking, trying to set appointments for yourself, struggling with that. Consistency is the name of the game with this industry, getting that consistent lead flow, but making sure that you're working those leads on a weekly basis. And I'll see agents that, ones that either work out of my office here, or in other organizations themselves. And it's a common thing that I hear all the time is agents who aren't in the field as long as possible, right? They may have gotten beat up all morning long. And then at 1:00, they're just like, it's not my day. I'm going to head home. And I think that's kind of it's a mindset that everybody has, that you need to overcome. You need to understand that we don't sell on every single person that we sit down with. But I need to give myself the opportunity, right? So focusing on going out there, seeing people, but making sure that you have that activity. If you go to a regular job, wherever it's at, you're going to put 8 hours in on that day. And you need to have the same mentality here as well. And there's a lot of days where we'll have a 10-hour day or, that not giving up mentality, right? I remember actually, I think I talked to one of the builders that he was out in the field and he wasn't giving up. 8 o'clock at night, he was still in a house with somebody, making sure that he wanted to close at least one that day, right? And that's where I always take a look at activity being the biggest thing. I mean, that mindset of, I need to go out and I need to sell one policy a day and I'm not giving up until I do, right? Because we do get beat up on a regular basis, on in this industry. So.
Yeah, perseverance. You've talked about it on many training calls, so have a few others, but you have to be somebody that understands. And we talked to some of our internal team that are brand new. It's in the training. It's in everything we talk about. You have to be able to persevere, and you have to understand that you're going to get told no a majority of the time. We always go back to the baseball analogy, it seems like, of if you take 10 at-bats, bank on failing 7 out of 10 times. And if you can win 3 out of 10, you're going to be an all-star. You're going to be a Hall of Famer. If you can bat, 300, 350, you're going to be in the league a long time. And that equates directly to our business as well. And like you said, perseverance. You got to have grit. You got to have determination. And you got to know going into it, I'm going to get told no. I'm going to, for whatever reason that, people are going to procrastinate. So that's the work ethic, to your point, absolutely has to be there.